Hey everyone, welcome back to Epicenter Garage. Today we've got Bob back. And Bob brought down, I should say, a very special car that he needs help with because I spent a little bit of time under this car and pushing this car, a week and a half ago or whatnot at Porsche Palooza. So I did make the offer to be able to have him come down and let's get this car sorted because, I kind of want to see this car because it is a really cool car. So thank you so much for coming down and we are going to get this thing going. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So it is outside and so we've got you're going to help move a couple cars here?
We can get
We're
it
going to
done.
move a couple cars here and get this car in it because how many did they build of these cars?
I've heard two numbers. One is like 518 and one is 528. Mine's number 446.
So this is whenever there's you can know cars by the number. So this car number 446, it's got to be special. So let's hurry up and get these cars out of the way and get this thing on the list. So I don't have to push and start this car for me.
You're just helping me because you don't want to push anymore.
Well, that's very true. I've got ulterior motives here. So we're going to move these things out and bring it on in.
Let's go see if it'll start. You got a nice long driveway. We can always push it.
I'm not pushing you. Oh, well, it started this time.
Yep. Usually it's just that first cold start, it's kind of cantankerous, but once you get, which is kind of weird because it's kind of the opposite of starters. Most times they don't start hot.
This is a good looking car. So tell everybody a little bit about this car.
Well, it's a 74 Carrera, and this is a true Carrera. The key to know if it's a real Carrera or not is in the VIN number. 911 is the model, then 44 means Carrera. So if somebody says I got a real Carrera, you got to look at those digits and see.
They built roughly 546, right?
No,
right
I've heard two numbers. I've heard 518 and 528.
Okay, so this is car 446. This is beautiful.
Yes.
So it was always guard red.
Yeah, this is a numbers matching. I got the COA. It's a Porsche certified car. Guards red, black interior with sport seats. This to me is the race spec because they have no sunroof. You know what I mean? Yep. Sport seats. It does have power windows, but I don't think power probably adds a lot of weight.
No, not much.
But no AC, so this is pretty much the little club racer spec. Because am I right? These are basically homologation cars, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so. These are also these are lightweight cars. This car's probably 2,400 pounds. 2,300 pounds.
23 is what I understand.
Yeah, lightweight. So this one is rough. These are about 180, 190 horsepower, I believe.
175 is what it's rated at. Yeah, at least that's what the numbers say. But this car, so the interesting thing about this, like I said, it's numbers matching. But the car's only got 54,000 miles on it. That's actual miles on this car. It's a documented 3-owner car, but before I got the car, a few thousand miles before I got it, the engine, transmission completely rebuilt. I got all the documentations, like photographs and everything, and then the suspension, so underneath this car, it is drives like new. So it is a lot of fun. And it's not, when they rebuilt it, they put a little hotter cam in it, and they put an exhaust on it, so I'm guessing you would probably know what that would bump the horsepower. Cams and exhaust, what do you think that's going to bump the power?
You're probably in that 185 range, I'm guessing, right around there.
And with the car that's lightweight like that, it is absolutely
it's
a
blast. It's a good-looking car. And it's for sale, right?
Well, here's the deal with that. I've not marketed this car.
Yeah.
I put it on my website because, I'm a dealer. So I always, want to have even cars that I don't really want to sell. I have them on there for promotion. Yeah. So this car, if you'll notice, it's got a lot of updates on it, which I don't
16-inch wheels.
Yeah. And it should have 15-inch.
Yep.
And just little details like that mirror is painted red.
Yep.
It should be chrome. The wheels, there's just some details. And so what I want to do is...
That was pretty normal. A lot of times people would upgrade to 16-inch wheels because just simply... And even today, because trying to find tires now...
Exactly.
It's tough.
But this car is so special that I actually want to put it back. Because of the fact that this is the real deal, I want to put it back to completely original. So I've got the 15-inch wheels for it. I've got a brand new chrome mirror I ordered, just all the little details,
Mm-hmm.
and I want it to just be bone stock.
But now this is good. Now, yeah, I haven't got I've got a chance to look at this car. I've got a chance to push this car.
Good morning.
We got a weak start.
Good morning.
Oh, here we go. Okay, battery really good?
Yeah, the battery's good. It's the starter's bad.
Starter. Go ahead and get going.
I tried to get it replaced.
I'm documenting.
All right, Bob. Go. This thing's got a lot of compression. All right.
Oh,
Just a weak starter, and yeah, kind of decided to, but
Give
like I
up
said,
the ghost.
give up.
Which they
there.
always do.
Yeah.
Always. That's the reason why I'm putting in a different starter on this engine. Whenever I have an engine out, I'm always putting a new starter because I know.
I'm sure that's the original starter.
I'm sure.
I'm
it
sure
is.
it is.
Yeah,
you
we'll
know.
find out here because you got a high torque starter.
You told me to
for
get
it.
this high torque
Yep,
starter, so we
that's
ordered
right.
it. It's in the car, and then I
So-
also have a bunch of other little parts that I had ordered from the Porsche dealer, so you know. Just
Yeah, because
all
the
those
dash
little
is
things.
Alcantara, but you're going to change that back.
Yes.
and-
What it is one of the previous owners owned a clothing design company, and
Oh, really?
and got the idea to cover the dash in Alcantara, which is totally out of place for a vintage car like this, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just what people
It was
did.
probably
in, you know,
done when
80s,
that's when
90s.
you did it.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I'm going
Yeah.
to take it all the way back.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm excited to get this car up on the lift and kind of look over it and get that. So I don't have to push it anymore. Yeah.
Right.
So sweet. Well, let's get this puppy
All
up
right,
on the
let's do
lift
it.
and
Let's
let's
do
get
it.
rolling. So what we're doing here real quick, since we're going to be in there on the starter and we're going to have, obviously dealing with power wires, we are disconnecting his battery so we don't burn this car down. This is really nice. Of course, 50,000 miles.
Right.
I totally believe it on this car.
The whole suspension's redone.
Really, I
Every
can tell.
bushing,
Yeah, you can definitely tell.
every bushing, every ball joint. I've got receipts on all
the
that.
brakes have all been. Those look like they've been replated.
Have they?
Yeah, those are nice. Wow. So yeah, there's the starter right here, and so it's not a loose connection, but that starter does look pretty original. I mean, you never know; it could have been rebuilt at one point. That makes sense. So that's going to be probably a 13. Is it the right size? So the bottom of the starter uses a conventional bolt, where the top of the starter actually uses an Allen. And so we're going to get an Allen to be able to reach up there and pull this bolt out. Holy, those are actually nice plated. Man.
Hey, hey.
Oh, man.
Hey, hey, we're the monkeys.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, you know if this isn't working, I'm blaming you because this is your recommendation. Yeah, that thing's probably a half a pound lighter.
It is much
I'm going to get some of the grease off my hands before I put that in.
Yep. So basically what we have here is the OEM starter, or this, which probably is the original starter here. And we have the new high torque starter. So this is a geared starter, which means you have the motor here, gear in here, coming to a spur gear sitting back behind here, whereas this one is directly driven off the motor. So a lot more torque, takes up less amount of room as well. And of course you have different settings here depending on cars and where it needs to be clocked, but it should be clocked correctly right here. So this thing is going to go right up in there.
That is considerably lighter.
Yeah, it is lighter, but just the amount of power or
It's
torque.
mechanical
it's gonna have.
advantage.
Mechanical
Yeah,
advantage,
mechanical
smaller
advantage.
motor.
All right. Yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
Does this one have overdrive?
Get up in there. Yeah, you're way off, dude. You're way off.
You know, if you were doing this job, you know, you just want me to show you up. So you're giving me crap tools, crap parts. I see what's going on here. This is a sabotage.
Hey, I only let my best friends use my Harbor Freight tools.
Yeah, because I can just
This
tell
will match up real with the
I can
face
just tell
on
by
that
I can
right
tell by
here.
looking at it. Yeah.
2 it is.
I bet you I've put close to 5,000 miles on this car.
Really?
I put miles on this car. I love this car. This car is fantastic.
Now, what car compares closest to this car that you've had in the past? You've had a lot of cars. You've had Lotuses, you've had, I mean,
there's really nothing. These cars are so unique. You know, that's what makes it, that's why you love it, right? Because it's its own type of car.
yeah. You start comparing 911s to cars in the early 70s. I've got that 74 Alpha over there that's the same year as this car, and, you know, obviously Italian versus German, but this car is nothing against Alphas because they are the most wonderful cars to drive. That car to drive that on a nice windy road and use 100% of it is amazing. But the solidity of that car doesn't compare at all to 911s.
Yeah, just the build quality.
The build quality is just...
And the chassis, you know.
Right. Why use a 12 and a 13 will kind of work.
It'll work till it doesn't.
Oh, it's true. There you go.
And what is this, about 75 foot-pounds, right?
74, 72, 74.
Everybody, I hope you all know there's a lot of sarcasm in this video, so please refer. We need a disclaimer in here, I feel like, because I think instead of showing people, I think we've led them astray into like a brick wall.
I'm dead serious.
What?
I don't joke around, man.
Yeah.
I don't joke around. Yeah. No, these things only last for like a month.
Oh, now you tell me.
The warranty is very short.
Like a 10-day warranty, including ship time?
I think so, yeah. Labor not included.
Right.
Well, should we...
Reach in and hit the key. I grabbed a 13, he's like 12. He's just sabotaging me.
Yeah, you know.
You're like
You got the right one?
Me. I do.
Well, there you go. You sure?
Yeah, I didn't listen to your request.
What?
Wah, wah.
What did you do?
What did you do?
You mess up?
I don't know.
Harbor Freight Tools can only do so much, Bob.
You know, is you always got to bench test your stuff before you put it on the car. You see, the one lead is your power from your switch, right? But then you have to have power from the battery because that's a heavier lead. Yeah. So remember I told you about two?
Yeah. Why'd you just see that now?
Well, I was looking for it, and you were convinced me that it didn't exist. So, yeah, so I told you there was two leads on that post.
Oh, I remember this lead being on. I don't remember that one.
No, this one was on. I had this one on. That's why when I hit the starter, it's giving it some power.
Right, but you didn't have any ground. You didn't have the positive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I was telling you there was two, and I found this one, and you're like, there's only one.
Okay.
I told you there was two. This is the second one. That's why we couldn't find it. Well, problem solved. At least I know I'm not going crazy.
I'm like, surely he won't forget that wire.
Well, and I was fishing everywhere for it, and I couldn't quite find it. All right.
Hey, all wires are tight. Look, the torque. You feel the torque?
Yes.
It's like it's not even trying to start. And I don't have to push this thing anymore.
Well, I'd like to just push it for old times.
Oh my God.
When we were at Palooza,
right,
you can't see it.
No, you can't.
So you kind of had to know.
Right.
And without having done it before, I was you were like, bang the starter. And I'm like, where's I don't know where I'm doing. Now I will never forget.
Banging the floorboard, banging the axle.
I know how you know where that starter is now because it burns into your brain.
Yes. Yep.
But it was painted probably 15, 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
But back
Paint's
then,
still really good, though.
It is good. It's a nice, 6-footer or whatever. But cars weren't worth then what they are now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's an original guards red. All this in here is the original paint, right? But it has been repainted. Probably California, probably was fading red, wanted to make it pretty. But, and so that's where they kind of took some liberties and painted the mirror and, some stuff like that. But, and so there's things missing, like there's stickers missing and stuff like that. And there's a few covers. So I did this.
Oh, yeah.
So
little
check
goodie
this
box.
Out. Look here.
The cover for it there.
I got every little, the seal that's missing right there. See, look. This is where it gets good. So I ordered all the parts that are missing, I ordered them.
You got all the stickers.
I know. I got everything. I went ahead and just bought everything that this car needed. It was like the only one they had left, and I bought a new Carrera sticker for the back. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, the mirror.
The mirror.
Yes.
This is going on today.
We got to put it on.
I have
we
to
have
put
to
this
put it on
on.
today. Between you and me, when I'd see that mirror, it bugged me just a little bit.
Did it?
It's all right though, but this.
It made it look newer, but that's kind of wrong on
but
this car.
That is
Brand new
sweet.
factory Porsche. Look at that. And look, you got the bolts and the gasket.
And the gasket.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome,
Yes.
man.
That always bugged me because I knew it wasn't right. And not only was it not right, it wasn't 100% centered, and I'm very anal retentive when it comes to accuracy like that.
Okay. Just don't touch the light.
Oh, we're losing it. Hold on, stop.
Yeah, that's all right. Now what we want to do is we're going to lower it down like this. We're going to work like this. We got the correct Carrera sticker on the back. It had a little bit smaller sticker on the back. And now we did put a new not glove box. We put a new fuse box cover on, and now Bob is putting on his new mirror. This car had been, as we stated before, had been painted at some time. It's the original guard's red, but they went ahead and painted the mirror for whatever reason, probably updated at the time. And so Bob has a brand new old stock mirror that he's going to be putting on. And then Bob's got to get a few more OEM or their correct style stickers for the back. A lot of times when people paint cars, they peel the stickers off and they never put them back. So that's where we're at. It's humming right along. It's really fun to take this car and put it back to where it needed to be, or correct.
Oh, looky. You know, Brian, we don't have to push anymore.
Well, yeah, that's true. It does start now. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this kind of content, I know we've been doing a lot of Porsche stuff lately because that's what we kind of gravitate towards. But there's going to be a lot of other cars. I know that I've got, SVO Mustang's going to be coming up and some other things. And of course, obviously the 930 Turbo, because I've got the axles done on that now. So, and you're going to come help me with the 930 Turbo, right?
Let's get that sucker off the lift.
Okay. You guys
because
heard
we're gonna
that.
because we're going to race for paints.
I just got some free assistance right here. So you guys, thanks again so much for watching. If you like this type of stuff, please subscribe. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys again real soon.